That's the first time the exhibit has been here in Australia, well, the Southern Hemisphere. It's only been in North America before. Yeah, it's got bigger and bigger, so actually this is I think it's the biggest one that there's ever been, and like I said earlier, there's the 3 Deathly Hallows that you can see, which I know a lot of the fans want to check out, which is pretty cool.
And there's so much more stuff as well from all the movies. It's like there's a bit from the latest film, just because that's recently been available on the Blu-ray. So there's stuff what people probably have forgotten about from watching the film. So it'll really spark a lot of memories from watching these movies we've been part of.
Is there any stuff you've forgotten about? Is there any stuff that's nice to be reunited with?
Quite a bit actually, yeah. I mean, there's our characters' ones are actually here. And I forgot that I dropped it on one of the last days filming, so you can actually see it with the glue still holding it together. So there's stuff like that, so it is the actual genuine, it's not sort of replica.
What is it about Harry Potter you think that's made it such a phenomenon that no other story has really matched?
Yeah, maybe it's because everyone can relate to at least one character. So whether you've got a really swotty friend, or there's Malfoy, or there's a bit of a bully kind of thing, and Snape, the horrible teacher, and then you kind of like add all those elements, and then you imagine what if you were in like this kind of wizarding world, as it were, and it's reality, but it's another form of reality which you still like to believe that it does exist.
Harry Potter's obviously been one of the most successful entertainment industry franchises of all time. This has obviously added a lot of stability to the entertainment industry for the people involved. How did you find that, like, getting involved in something like this, such a successful franchise, and has that actually helped springboard you into other projects? Or how did that work for both of you?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely been something, well, we couldn't have anticipated it would be this big, obviously, when we started it. It was actually the first thing professionally what James and I had done. But I can't think of a bigger platform to put yourself out there on to showcase what you do and everything. So it certainly hasn't hindered anything for us.
Great, thanks. And yourself?
Yeah.
Pretty much the same?
Yeah, pretty much the same. I mean, we were spoiled because, like I said, it's our first gig. Yeah. So we kind of thought every movie was like Harry Potter with the size and everything, but then obviously we've done other jobs and you learn it's not.
Great.
But it is great to know that it's definitely helped the British film industry and kind of maybe got things out of essentially America, and like they're coming all over the world now, which is pretty cool.
Thank you.
I read on that great resource for journalists, Wikipedia, that you guys used to pull pranks on set and switch characters and forced refilming and that sort of thing. Is that stuff true, or is it just mythology now?
I think that's the great thing about Wikipedia. They can make things up. Like it's, we're not really. I mean, they never had to redo filming for anything we did. We swapped over once on the second movie on the wide shot of the Great Hall. But we never got found out by it, so certainly they never had to refilm it.
Do you ever have any of your fans mistaking you for your characters? And I'm just interested to know how you find your Australian fans compared to fans all over the world.
Yeah, it's I wouldn't say not necessarily respecting with our characters, but it's always funny when it actually happened last night. We just went to a bar to meet up with a friend of mine who's over here, and I was at the bar, and a guy came over and was like, "Oh man, how's it going?" Like, yeah, I'm good, and I think that he thought that I knew him from school or somewhere like that, and then you just see like him click, like, oh, okay, I know you're from Harry Potter kind of thing, and then so that was quite cool. But the Australian fans are great. Like, it's shown that there's done more stuff down here for Potter because their enthusiasm is amazing, and it's great that they're actually able to experience all this now.
What about for you?
Yeah, as James said, the enthusiasm is, it's the same all over the world. Really, that's the odd thing with Potter. You can go hundreds of thousands of miles away from where we film these things, and yet the response is still so people really want to be part of it, and I think that's why the exhibit is here, because there's that much of a demand for it. There'll be that many people who want to come here to see it, so it's only going to be